When is the last time you stopped and thought about innovation for your franchise brand? You know, we hear the word disrupt and we hear about companies being disruptive. What does that really mean, and how can you be disruptive? I'm Angela Coté, Franchise Growth Catalyst, and I want to help you a little bit here. I'm going to give you an exponential growth tip on how you can be innovative. But I'm going to start by telling you quickly that as a franchisee myself, it is definitely something that is important. Because we're relying on the franchisor to help us be successful and to drive the brand, we need the franchisor to stay innovative. And I always say it's actually one of the characteristics or sort of the DNA of a franchisor is that natural tendency to stay innovative, to stay ahead of the competition. As a franchise growth catalyst, I often hear from franchisees out in the field that is one of their concerns. Obviously, profitability is number one and feeling supported, but also knowing that their franchisor is working to stay innovative, to stay ahead of the competition. Part of the reason I think franchisors don't think of or take the time and energy to do things that are innovative is probably out of fear. There's a fear that, there's going to be costs involved. There's going to be changes. People fear change. But I mean, what's more scary? Going out of business because you didn't stay innovative and ahead of the competition, or making some necessary changes? And sometimes it's hard for the franchisor of the company, the founder especially, to see the need for the innovation because they're working in the business. They're doing something that's always worked. So it sometimes takes that outside set of eyes to help, or franchisees for that matter, to help drive that innovation. So my exponential growth tip for you today is there's a way to be innovative that's actually quite simple. It does take a little bit of effort, but it's not that hard to do. And that is to bring your team together. And this could include franchisees. That would be the ideal situation. It's not easy, as I said, but it's simple. Bring them together and invite them to share with you their ideas. But even before that, is start with the questions. Question what's being done and allow for crazy creative questions. The most creativity comes when we let down the barriers. And if you've been tuned into what I'm doing and following me, or a friend of mine or a colleague, you probably know that I partner up with a colleague of mine, Justin Waltz, and we do innovation storms. We facilitate them for companies. It's something that you can do on your own, but bringing in an outside facilitator enables you to just kind of participate, sit back and relax a little bit, as opposed to having to think about all the organizing of everything. However, it is something you can do on your own. And when we run these, when we facilitate these innovation storms, we have a rule that says no idea killers, which means we're not going to say something like, we've done that before, so we can't do it. It didn't work, or we can't do that because, or we've tried that before. And then also we have something called rankless and nameless feedback. So we say that everybody's on the same page, on the same kind of level. So whether it's the CEO or somebody on the front line, every idea or question first and then idea is going to get listened to and considered. My colleague Justin, who I do partner with to facilitate these innovation storms, actually wrote a book. It's called Disrupt from Within. And the first half of the book talks about how to facilitate an innovation storm. So if you'd rather facilitate it on your own, you can pick up a copy of the book through Amazon, or and you can get it on Kindle, and you can learn how to do it. Either way, I think it's so important to take the time to bring your team together, question what you're doing, listen to the ideas. And then, of course, what you'll see if you read the book or have us come in and facilitate is that we also have a process where we enable the team to vote on the ideas, and then we rank them on a scale of like impact versus effort. As another industry expert that we know, Joe Bordeaux from Valpec, says, we can do anything, but we can't do everything. So the beauty of having everybody there is that they understand that, okay, there's all these great ideas, but let's work together to decide which ones are going to have the most impact and be the most actionable and worth our time. So if you're interested in more information about the Innovation Storm, reach out, Angela at angelacote.com. Otherwise, in the meantime, make sure you're staying innovative, make sure you're questioning things and bringing that team together. And in the meantime, go be awesome.